Scott Palmer, Dave Roberts, Lisa Thomas-Laurie, and Mark Howard.
Hello again. Here's what's happening on Action News tonight. The city reveals plans to crack down on Mardi Gras revelers. If the celebrations get out of hand again, we will have a live report. A federal grand jury indicts American Taliban John Walker Lindh on new charges. We'll have an update. And the Coast Guard on patrol will have the latest on anti-terrorism efforts in a live report.
And now the details. Mardi Gras is 1 week from today, and the city of Philadelphia wants to be sure it's nothing like last year. Well, this mob scene from a year ago is what the city of Philadelphia wants to avoid. Among the actions being taken this year, a stronger police presence on South Street, a zero-tolerance policy when it comes to public drinking and nudity, and special parking regulations will be enforced on South Street all day long. Action News reporter John Rollins is live with us now from South Street with more on the city's game plan for Mardi Gras. Hi, John.
Good evening, Lisa. Yes, behind me, the bar Fat Tuesday, which is something of the epicenter here of all the discussion. Today, Councilman Frank DeCicco said he wanted to see it shut down. The bar, which is part of a national chain, has been celebrating its namesake for more than a decade, but it still continues to find itself in the last few years pretty much a South Street lightning rod. The Philadelphia police today issued a kind of zero-tolerance manifesto promising a ban on open alcohol containers, underage drinking, and false IDs, as well as a crackdown on public nudity and vandalism. Councilman Frank DeCicco and civic leaders representing thousands of area residents rallied outside Fat Tuesday, the bar. They want the mayor to enforce a new law to recoup the city's costs in policing events advertised by bars.
We are looking at the area in an area of somewhere in excess of $500,000 when you cumulatively add up all the costs of police personnel, sanitation, and the other departments.
Local residents say they believe the police are better prepared than last year.
I'm optimistic that the city's doing everything right now that it can in terms of policing adequately, etc. But I'm not optimistic that we're not going to have a repeat of last year.
The big variable, the mood and size of the crowd. Could it become a mob? Last year, Blondie's boutique was ransacked. The plan this year?
We're just going to trust that the city is going to take care of it the way it should be taken care of this year.
So no extra security guards or anything along those lines?
No.
The landmark Philadelphia restaurant will not sell beer to go on Tuesday. Its owner doesn't want to add any fuel.
If I take that out of the mix, then I just become a deli.
Fat Tuesday's Rich Frank knows many are watching him. His plan is to downsize Fat Tuesday's role to make it a by invitation only party, half the size of last year.
I'm limiting the amount of people that come here that day. To 1,000, but I can't control the people on the street. Do the Philadelphia Eagles control the people on the street when they win the NFC Championship? Or the Sixers control the people on the street when they win the Eastern Conference Championship? No, but there are a lot of police for that.
Now, Mr. Frank's point, of course, is that if someone acts up at a sports game, the sports teams are not blamed. If someone acts up down 2 blocks away from his establishment, a mob goes into a store, his patrons, his establishment are to blame. And that something is wrong, this time he says he will go the invitation-only route. Live in South Street, John Rollins, Channel 6, Action News.
Thank you, John. Also on Mardi Gras night, a city curfew will be in effect, as it is every night. If you are under age 18, you are not permitted out between 10:30 p.m. and 6 a.m. during the week, and between midnight and 6 a.m. on Fridays and Saturdays. Violators will be fined. Anywhere from $25 to $300 for juveniles and $50 to $300 for parents and businesses who allow violations to occur.
A driver is dead tonight after his car crashed into a house in Bucks County. Chopper 6 was over the scene at Easton and Lennonburg Roads in Durham Township. Police tell Action News the car went out of control this morning. It struck a guardrail and then plowed into the building. 43-year-old Stanley Hahn of Kinnersville was pronounced dead at the scene. An autopsy will be performed to determine if he died from injuries or from some other cause before the accident. Action News in Hamilton Township, New Jersey, where a police cruiser and another car collided on Klockner Road today. 27-year-old patrolman Richard Watkins responding to a call around 1:30 this afternoon when the accident occurred. He suffered a head injury and some scrapes and bruises. The driver of the other vehicle, 50-year-old Syed Hassan, suffered a back injury. Both men treated at Robert Wood Johnson University Hospital in Hamilton. New information tonight on a weekend fire at the Lucan Steel plant in Coatesville. Investigators say arson was the cause. The fire started around 6:30 Saturday night. It was set inside a lab where steel samples are tested. Nobody was injured in the fire, but it caused about $200,000 in damages.
A federal grand jury has indicted American Taliban fighter John Walker Lindh. The indictment adds new charges against Walker Lindh of conspiring to kill fellow Americans while fighting with the Taliban in Afghanistan, and it comes as his attorneys prepare to file a motion asking for his release on bail. Defense lawyers claim there is no evidence of any criminal wrongdoing, and they say Lindh poses no risk of flight. A court hearing is set for tomorrow. Well, today's interaction question wants to know whether you think John Walker Lindh should be freed on bail. Please go to our website at WPVI.com, click on the interaction survey, and we will share some of your responses tonight on Action News at 11.
Defense Secretary Donald Rumsfeld is warning the Congress that military spending must be increased. The Senate Committee on Armed Services began budget hearings today. Rumsfeld told lawmakers that failure to act would put us in peril. President Bush wants to boost Pentagon spending by almost 15%, the biggest increase since 1982. The proposal includes $2 billion for the V-20 Osprey, which is partly manufactured at the Boeing plant in Ridley Township, Delaware County. The Bush budget also includes almost $25 million to prepare McGuire Air Base for a squadron of C-17 cargo aircraft. President Bush came to Pennsylvania to push another part of his budget today, spending for Homeland Defense. Mr. Bush is asking the Congress for $6 billion in spending on defenses against biological terrorism, which is a 319% increase over last year.
Have good impact on the country. It's money that will enable me to say that we're doing everything we can to protect America at home.
The president said America needs a modern-day DEW line to defend against biological attacks. The DEW line was the Cold War complex of radar stations, the Distant Early Warning Line, designed to give advance warning of a missile launch.
The Coast Guard has been playing a critical role in Homeland Defense since September 11th, and today we went along on one of their patrols for a first-hand look. Action News New Jersey correspondent Karen Rogers is live at the Coast Guard station in Pomona with more on that story. Hi, Karen.
Hi, Lisa. Coast Guard officials say they need 5,000 new Coast Guard members to deal with their increased role in Homeland Security. We flew with them on one of their missions today. It was the first time they ever took anyone from the media up, and now we can show you exactly what they're doing. I'm flying with the Coast Guard on an actual Homeland Security mission, patrolling the ports and waterways of the Delaware River. Co-pilot Lieutenant John Hall says the goal is to prevent terrorists from entering the country through these waterways.
We want to keep our sea lanes open. We want to keep the trade routes open for the United States. And what we want to make sure prevent from happening is prevent somebody from coming in and threatening that our commerce.
Coast Guard Group Air Station Atlantic City has always performed these missions, but now they've taken on a greater importance. They're more frequent and random.
We're out on the waters more frequently at times when you ordinarily wouldn't expect to see us, on the weekends, in the evenings, at night. And the idea is to remain unpredictable.
Confirm that it's actually here in a port.
The first thing we're doing is we're confirming the presence of what vessels are actually in our ports. We're looking to identify the names of the vessels, what the nationalities of those vessels are, and when those vessels arrive and when they're departing.
Nuclear reactors like Salem 1 and 2 are considered potential targets.
We're looking around the outside of the facility. We're looking around the grounds outside the facility to see if there's anybody out there who perhaps shouldn't be or looks out of place. People know that the Coast Guard's out there. The people know that the Coast Guard is watching what's going on the waters. And that in and of itself provides a deterrent.
The Coast Guard is evolving and expanding. President Bush has proposed a significant increase to the Coast Guard budget, but officials here tell me what they really need is more recruits. They need more people out there to continue their job in their new role in Homeland Security. Live at Group Air Station Atlantic City in Pomona, New Jersey, Karen Rogers, Channel 6 Action News.
Thanks again, Karen. Well, one more note about the Bush budget. It includes $2 million to help the National Park Service purchase land targeted for a housing development in Valley Forge National Park. Now, Toll Brothers has said it's willing to sell the 62 acres in the northern section of the park for fair market value. The land is worth an estimated $10 million. Negotiations between Toll Brothers and the government are continuing.
And now it's time for an update on the roads with the Action News traffic report.
So let's go back live to the Smart Traveler Operations Center and check back in with John Valerio. Hi, John.
Hello to both of you. Not doing too badly out there. As we said earlier, we do have some volume delays, but I think we can handle them for the ride home. Let's start right here. Schuylkill Expressway at City Avenue. You can see for the most part in pretty good shape. Now eastbound's on the left-hand side. We do have generally slow conditions before you get to City Avenue from the Blue Route to Belmont, and then through this area in spots from City to Belmont. And we'll take another Sky 6 look at the Schuylkill, this being at South Street. You can see eastbound on the right-hand side is slow merging at South Street. Westbound, a little bit slow here as well. But again, really not too bad. Now, we do want to go to maps because we do want to tell you about an accident that is out there on Route 29 as you travel southbound. It is located at 195 East. This is in Hamilton Township, Mercer County. It is involving an overturned vehicle which is in the left and center lane, so be very careful through that area as well. Now let's take a shot of I-95 at Bridge Street with the city in the background. You can see that 95 is moving along without much delay. And I'm John Valerio for Channel 6 Action News. Lisa and Mark, back to you.
Thank you, John. More news coming up on this early edition of Action News this evening. Next, tips for buying the perfect undies for the women in your life. A woman in your life.
Please.
Valentine's advice on our Good Sense segment.
You weren't talking to me. Plus, an inside look at the life and times of Sixers star Allen Iverson. Gary Papa has sports. All of that. Dave Roberts with AccuWeather and more when Action News continues.
When I would look at myself in the mirror back then, it would be very quick. Now, it's a pleasure to get ready in the morning.
LA Weight Loss Center's revolutionizing the way people lose weight.
I eat shrimp, I got to have my beef, I got to have my chicken, all the things that I really, truly enjoy. I feel sexy, I feel so much younger, I'm so much happier, I'm so much more vivacious. I love LA Weight Loss, and it's going to be with me for a long time.
Now just $7 a week. Call for your free consultation. LA Weight Loss Center's 1-800-526-SLIM.
There you go.
You know I like to stay in control of everything.
The local package from Verizon can help make your life a little easier.
You know, my family can really talk.
Well, this is a great value for you.
Call 1-866-253-4832 now.
I have two kids constantly on the phone. Well, let me sign you up now.
One low monthly rate gives you all the services you need.
He is so cute.
Sign up and save over 40%.
You know, I like keeping in touch with everyone. I have family everywhere.
Well, that's easy to take care of. This package has something for everyone.
Get unlimited local service combined with our most popular services, like caller ID, call forwarding, and three-way calling. Save over 40%, plus qualify for low rates on long distance.
Wow, that sounds good.
The sooner you call, the sooner we can put it all together for you.
Call 1-866-253-4832 now to sign up for the local package.
Verizon.
They do it every year. Siemens Winter Clearance Sale. It's a once-a-year opportunity to get great clearance prices in every department. Packages, single pieces. They're marked down to never-been-seen-before prices. And there's no down payment, no finance charges, no payments at all until February 2003. Or an additional cash discount. Siemens Winter Clearance Sale.
I think one of the biggest things about having a new house is you got to fill it up.
Whatever we need, we find it at Walmart. I like these. The new year is about renewal, getting organized, getting in shape. We bought stuff for our office. Well, it's going to be an office.
Some software. I think the quicker it makes things so much easier to manage.
You can just afford to buy more at Walmart. Your dollar goes much further.
Since Sophia's come along, we've spent a lot more time in Walmart. And life is so much easier when there's some organization to it.
Ohio Congressman James Traficant went on trial in Cleveland today on corruption charges. The Maverick congressman is defending himself in federal court, even though he doesn't have a law degree. Now, he says the charges against him are part of a vendetta by prosecutors.
They've got an axe to grind. We've got a government of the bureaucrats, by the bureaucrats, for the bureaucrats. I love Congress, but Congress don't even govern anymore. Even the federal judges are afraid of these people. And I'm just going to...
Well, the 60-year-old congressman is accused of accepting gifts and favors in exchange for lobbying in Washington.
Senate Majority Leader Tom Daschle has pulled the plug on any economic stimulus package this year, and word is there's not enough votes to rescue either plan, a Democratic one that would have helped the unemployed, and a Republican plan that would have cut taxes. Wall Street didn't like that news, and an attempted rally fizzled. The Dow ended up down 1.5 points in heavy trading. Bigger losses in other indexes as Enron fears continue to hang over the markets, but the bond market is still steady as she goes. The yield on the 10-year note holding at 4.9%. In Delaware, the Social Security Administration today launched a new program to help more people with disabilities go to work. Action News was at Discover Bank in Wilmington for the kickoff. The program's called Ticket to Work. Now, appropriately, the first tickets were delivered to recipients in the first state today. Retired Delaware Senator Bill Roth drafted the original bill in the Congress, which created the Ticket to Work program.
In our Good Sense segment tonight, lingerie is one of the most popular gifts for women on Valentine's Day. It's also a gift that men often have trouble selecting. Well, we have some tips to help your guy get what's right for you.
This is a great two-piece for a woman who's tall and thin.
Linda Becker says men can avoid a lot of mistakes if they get to know a woman's body type, size, and style.
We have to know the body type, we have to know how tall they are, how much they weigh. That would all help to get the right gift so it doesn't come back to us.
Becker is co-owner of Touchables in Manayunk, which prides itself in fitting women in the right size underwear.
This is nice on a taller woman. It's very flattering. It's slimming. Great little camisole and a great little thong for a great little body. This is nice on someone who has a fuller chest because it supports the chest, but it's very, very flattering. Very sexy. The right one. Because she probably...
Well, thongs, of course, are popular, but not for everyone. Becker says men need to know comfort is what women want most.
If they go in the woman's lingerie drawer, they'll find out what size nightgowns they wear, what size bras they wear, what size thongs or panties they wear, and what they like. And you don't want to buy them something you don't see them in.
Well, so ladies, to help your man avoid a return trip to the store, you have 9 days to drop a few hints about exactly what you want.
And so we go through the drawer to find the sizes. The economy may be down, but the casino business is booming. Revenue in Atlantic City rose by more than 6% in January. The town earned more than $328 million, a record. Officials say casinos are benefiting from the travel down.